Hi there, Rachael-Jayne Groover here, and we're in Melbourne, Australia right now. We just tore down from our big 3-day Art of Feminine Presence live intensive here. 170 women from all over Australia. It was amazing, and we have come into a smaller group for our teachers, working with our teachers who are getting licensed in this work and teaching that in their own way. And I wanted to shoot this particularly for Awaken TV because I'm right in the middle of the huge awareness of it. I have never seen so many diffusers in the room than this last weekend and in the teachers. And if you've been in Art of Feminine Presence for a while, you know what I mean by diffusers. If you don't, like, what the hell is she talking about? What I mean is there are different default patterns that we have that disconnect us from the embodiment of who we truly are and sends us in that sort of feeling like we're getting a little bit rattled by other people, triggered by other people, rattled by life in many ways. Fear sort of takes over. We're not in the grounded sense of being that is unshakable. And when we leave our vertical core, we leave our own energy field, that significantly reduces, the power of it significantly reduces. And there are different ways that we tend to leave ourselves energetically, shrinking, sort of just reducing our life force because we don't really want to be seen, or non-containing, getting a little splashy and all over other people. But diffusing is this sense of, I am everywhere. I am the whole room. I have my energy equally diffused or dispersed throughout maybe your whole city. Now, how do you know if you're a diffuser? Well, you can just take a moment right now and tune into yourself sitting or whatever you're doing, scrolling through things, watching me here. And where is the edge of your energy field? Where is the edge of your individual localized energy field? I'm not talking about fundamental presence and consciousness or awareness, spirit, God that is under and through all and always there and infinite. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your localized energy field. Your ability to receive, your ability to magnetize that which you want, your ability to be unshakable has more to do with, are you living in the internal vertical space of your body than mindset or thinking better. Because thinking better, thinking more positive thoughts, trying to feel more emotionally is still a management. It's like it manages you for the moment to feel better. But if you want to have a consistent sense of liberation and freedom from all the stuff that rattles you and all the stuff that sort of gets you on the roller coaster, you must learn to ground into and live in this vertical core of your body and to be able to contain your energy. And diffusing is the opposite to that. It's just gone like a balloon. Something's just like leaking out of the balloon really slowly, and it's gone. So here's my tip for you. Whether you are a shrinker or a diffuser or a non-container, whatever you do that sort of has you leave yourself energetically, we talk about in Art of Feminine Presence that there's this outer rim of your light globe, and that you need to feel this sense of this outer layer of your cell, the individual cell that you are in the infinite. And that helps you contain it. But what we realized this week, someone was up in front of the room and she was a diffuser, but she was bringing in her energy as if she was a magnet. And I was like, that's a great analogy, because we're always talking about magnetism. Being the magnet to that which you want means you have to train your physical and energetic body to be a magnet. And so if you can imagine your heart or your belly center or your head center, you could pick wherever you like along your vertical core. I want you to imagine that's a magnet, and that all of your energy is now getting pulled back toward this magnet. You can close your eyes if that feels good, but all your energy that's sort of been out from the day or is over in somebody else's space, and you're over helping them, and you feel tense because you think you got to fix this and be there for that and over responsibility for this, you know what I mean? And you're just bringing it back as if the heart and the belly and the center of your head, this vertical, is a magnet. It's so strong, it just pulls everything in. That's giving you the start of the sense of what it's like to live with your life force and with that sense of authentic power. When you live in your vertical core, you have the courage to say, there are certain things about my life that I don't understand, that law of attraction or mindset or old school personal development is not actually helping with and not fixing, then I want you to really tune into where your energy is in any moment. Everything is energy. I'm sure you've heard of that. It is foundational. It is fundamental. And out of the 170 women that we had at Art of Feminine Presence, most of these women have been on a personal and spiritual development path for decades. And there were still so many things that they had never been taught about their own energy and how that affects how people are responding to them, and how it affects why people are picking up their signal in the way that they're picking it up, why they're not seen when they want, when they're seen when they don't want. And all of this conversation affects your relationships, your finances, because of how you own your value, because of how much you tend to give away and be overly of service, overly giving. So that's your practice for this week. You are the magnet, and you're going to use some part along your vertical core as that, and it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Most women are living with half their battery full, or a quarter, or almost gone, burning out, tired at the end of the day, or worse. So if anything resonates here, please join us for an Art of Feminine Presence event. Even if you've been to 1, 2, 3, we had someone been here for 9 times. We had people putting up their hand, they've been to Art of Feminine Presence 7 times, 8 times, 6 times, 5, and many in their first or second time. We're in the 10th year of this work, Art of Feminine Presence. It is life-changing work, and it's work that not many other people are talking about, because in this world right now, we are still way too mental. We know so much more than we embody, and you are being forced at some level by your soul, by God, by your spirit, to embody so you can have this instrument be fully expressed to live your vision. So join us for an Art of Feminine Presence event. Thank you so much for watching Awaken TV. We'll see you next week for our next episode. If you're new to me, you're like, who is this woman? You're finding me on YouTube or Facebook. You can go to Rachael-Jayne.com and sign up at the top of the page for email updates. Feel free to share this with anyone else who is on a path of consciousness and personal development, who wants to step in and be seen and be heard and inspire change in a lot greater way. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Take care.